Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Not Just Girl Talk Season 2. We're on episode 8. And I am your host, Ashanti.
And I'm your host, Tiffany.
And thank y'all for joining in to another episode. Welcome back to the couch in the bar. You can have a seat on the couch with me, or you can join Tiffany at the bar, whatever, you choose to do. But it's still not just girl talk, okay? So thank y'all for joining in week after week. And y'all already know before we get started, we want to make sure we have a beverage in our hand. So Tiffany, what you sipping on today?
So I am sipping on, one of my past old time favorites is don't do that. I already see it. For the people, this is just a little Sprite
Ah,
and coconut
just
water.
for exactly. I knew it could have been just a Sprite. Y'all, please be looking at Tiffany drink pour. I'm just saying. How much is that of that is Sprite and how much is that rum?
It's actually, I feel like a good deal of Sprite.
Okay, so okay, we'll say that today. I'm not gonna be here. I'm not judging.
It sounds like it for
So I have it has made its way back. It's been gone for a minute, y'all. But the sparkling has arrived. I'm drinking a sparkling Italian sparkling drink. It is alcohol free. So last episode I was on my wine. Tiffany, she was sipping on her lemonade, her special lemonade. What is it, rose lemonade?
lavender
Lavender
lemonade.
lavender lemonade.
Relaxing.
Um, yeah. So this week she has her alcohol. and, and I have just my sparkling juice. Um, it's Span Pellegrino, something like that. It's an Italian
She
drink.
thinks she Italian.
Hmm. It's good though. So y'all let us know what y'all sipping on while y'all listening to Not Just Girl Talk. And y'all already know. Tiffany gotta let y'all know where to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about Not Just Girl Talk.
Yes, all of our contact is in our bio. Make sure you guys like, share, and follow us on all of our platforms. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment. Please comment and let us know what you're thinking. Anything that you may want to see, let us know. We definitely want to engage with you guys. So please, info is in all of our contact is in our bio, and check us out and let us know what you think. Like, share, and follow, and subscribe.
Just like that. Yep, in that order and
Yes.
in that order. So y'all already know we're gonna move on into our sip on it or speak. Well, not or y'all. We changed it. Sip on it and speak on it. So Tiffany, what you got for us today?
So, um, I sip on it and speak on it this week is a woman is caught cheating and says she should be forgiven because he's cheated before. He refuses because he says it's worse when women do it or when women cheat. Um, does he have a point?
He does
So
not. quick,
I was gonna
quick
repeat the
response.
question, but the people didn't hear me in the back. For the people that didn't hear me in the back, um, so let me repeat the question so that we can hear clearly. A woman is caught cheating and says she should be forgiven because he's cheated before. He refuses because he says it's worse when a woman cheats. So does he have? Yeah. So you're
Mm.
thinking,
Again,
marinating.
I don't have to marinate on that. He does not have a point. It's not valid. Now I'm not a tit for tat person.
Yeah.
Depends. I'm not like a tit for tat. I don't do you did this, I'm gonna do it. Now we both on the same page. I don't operate in that space. However, if you've done it in the past and we've moved past it, and I just so happen to have a mishap. I mean, it wasn't to get back at you. It's just something that happened. And I forgave you, so you should forgive me. And in a perfect world, it should happen that way. But we all know men can't take it. They just
Yeah.
cannot. Y'all can dish it out. They can dish it, and they just
Yeah.
cannot take it. We, I think, come from more of a compassionate side. We're like, oh well, we're forgiving. We want you, and I also think more so, not that we want you so much, but that girl ain't about to have you. I'm not about to just say go on and be with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think we don't like to play the game, but we play the game. And he does not have a point, and he needs to forgive me because I just messed up. And he was forgiven, and he doesn't have a point where he can't forgive. So, no.
Yeah, I agree, friend. I think that it's pride for men. I do definitely think it's pride.
Mm.
However, I also think if the woman got caught, she probably just don't care about
I was
getting
just gonna say,
caught
how
because
often are
we
we
don't
getting
get
caught?
that. That's the thing. If she got caught, she probably just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But and then if she doesn't care, you need to just reevaluate the relationship and see, are you doing all that you need to make sure she's happy? But I definitely think no, not necessarily tit for tat, but if it's a relationship worth fighting for and you really want,
Oh
don't do
my
something stupid.
God,
Yes,
Tiffany.
I'm saying if it's a relationship worth fighting for, he needs to be trying to forgive. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he really want her truly deep down inside, don't be trying to prove a point because you're your
I
partner.
thought you was living in the gray right now. I'm like, you stay in the
No,
gray on the Pacific Speed.
I'm saying the dude, he doesn't have a point. But what I'm saying
Okay.
is, if he wants to, if he truly know he loved this person and she messed up and he was forgiven in the past, he needs to put his pride to the side. Like the song said, put your pride to the side because you may miss out on a good thing because
Mm-hmm.
mistakes happen. And so, but like I said, you need to be questioning if she
And then
got caught.
we
She
need to
wanted,
know what kind of cheating this was, because your cheating could have been,
but see,
you know,
that's the problem too. If a woman cheats, we're emotional, and I think that's why men prideful. Their pride is hurt because for us to cheat, it's something that is lacking more than likely in our relationship that we're not getting. So
mm,
now, if you have or a woman has stepped out, they have that. They're likely to have more of an emotional connection if they're cheating versus men hit it and quit it and it's nothing. So I guess men
I
feel like
think,
that.
but I think we can live in the space of non-emotions too, because we can just be like, well, I'm not getting it. Let me get it over
Yeah.
here and move on. Like, I could think back to that movie. It's a new movie with Neil Long and Omar. Is it Omar Epps? Is that who was in it? I think it is.
That's love and
Where he
basketball. I, I
was
know.
it?
No, that's
No, that's
annihilation.
Annihilation. No, so yeah, it is. It is. It's Omar and Neil
Yeah.
Long. It's a movie
Okay.
where it's a stalker, kind of stalking her or whatever.
Oh,
And they in a movie together, and she knew him from her past, but she goes out
oh, I think
to,
I know what
like,
you're talking about. A
yeah, like
club.
yep, she goes to the club, just kind of catching up on drinks, and then they end up in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
They didn't do anything, they didn't have sex or anything, but it was literally going to be a moment of lapse of judgment. She had been drinking, she had been
Blame it on the alcohol.
she has been
Blame it
drinking.
on the
Make sure y'all got y'all beverage in
blame
your
it on
hand,
the
not to
goose.
cheat.
Blame it on the
Got to spit
hen.
it loose.
Blame it on the goose.
So she had a lapse of judgment in that moment. And she had been drinking and went in the bathroom hot and heavy, and they didn't have sex. But in that moment, she was finna, drop it. And she ain't had an emotional attachment. She just
But
wasn't, like you said, she wasn't getting
I
something
will
at
tell you,
home.
I think in that
What?
same movie he was stalking her ass too. Uh,
He
after the
was
fact.
stalking. He
After
was
the fact.
stalking her.
So
But she was in a moment, like, she wasn't emotionally attached to him. She had no reason to be emotionally attached. She had no reason to be like, oh, I like you, I want to do anything of that nature to make it a prolonged thing. It could have literally just been a one night situation.
yeah.
So I think we are in the space where women, we feel like, okay, it's a one night only, I'm from out of town. One night only, I'm from out of town.
No. I just think probably most
So
time though, women, you know, we may say that too, and sometimes we may be caught up in our feelings too, like, you know.
But I feel like it depends on the dude. Okay, so I feel like in this situation, when in his cheating capacity, like we don't know how he cheated, but I do feel like we all know our man. And just an example, let's just say my husband did something. Let's just example.
Mhm.
I know he don't like to talk on the phone. He don't like to talk on the phone. He not a phone guy. He may answer the phone every now and then, hey, hang up, but he don't really chit chat on the phone. If I found out that he's having phone conversations with a woman, you talking to this young lady multiple times consistently, you like her because you don't talk on the phone. So what I'm saying is his cheating could have been out of character. So when we know that our men do something that's out of character, we know, oh, you like this particular person, based on the way that they move. So I don't think all men, they don't always have to be, not all men, of course you didn't say all men, but I don't think majority of the men always have to move on just a physical perspective. I think they also look at what they like about you and how you look, and it can evolve into something else. Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I feel like the man do feel like they got to take their time. Like you can't just rush into it, be like, yeah, let's have sex right now, unless you just in that space.
Yeah.
But if you around a certain woman all the time and y'all kind of start having
Yeah.
conversations and start vibing, you start liking her, it can evolve and
Yeah.
your escapade can be more than just sexual. It can definitely be emotionally attached. And we, on
Yeah.
the other hand, can deal with somebody in a without having those emotions attached. So I think it just depends on the person and who that other person is.
Yeah.
So this may change my question. My no, I did not change my answer. It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
He ain't got no. He don't have room to talk. You
Yeah.
know.
I do think everybody can be forgiven in the end of the day if they worth being, if the person's worth having, and you gotta put your big boy draws on.
Well, okay. So you say if the person is worth having, they can be
If
forgiven. What you
I mean,
mean?
like if they are worth keeping, let me say that. You want this
Okay.
person and you feel like it was, like you said, a lapse in judgment, like,
Hmm.
gosh, I'm hurt or whatever, but I mean, instead of responding with a haste decision and not just
Mm.
thinking about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I messed up in the past, just
He's acting off emotions. We need to kind of
right.
sometimes take that step back and think about it and not be so emotional.
Absolutely, because their first reaction, like, no, I can't. You did this, and no. But if you really truly love this, I ain't gonna say just love, because love sometimes don't have anything to do with it. But if you
Hmm.
think that that's person that you may see a definite future with, then
Hmm.
slow your roll. Don't be so quick to say, no, I ain't forgiving you, because then you be sitting here with your head down, sad, depressed.
She done
I'm just,
walked out the door,
mm-hmm.
and she ain't coming back no more.
I'm trying to tell you.
Bars, bars.
Yeah. You remember that Anthony Hamilton? Did you see the Anthony Hamilton and Music Versus?
I did, and then I kind of fell asleep on it because y'all know I be
Yeah.
busy. I fell asleep.
Yes.
It started out good, but then it just got a little dry, and I fell
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah, it was a slow
It was a
remix and stuff.
slow. I felt like it should have. I thought I was gonna get a little more entertainment out of it because
But
they
this was the
are.
first. This was the day after Valentine's Day too.
I
They
know, but I
had
still thought
roses
it
and
was.
stuff. These are R&B singers. Like,
I know, but I still thought it was gonna be a little more like R&B ish. Like, oh, okay, like
mm-mm. It was
I didn't think it was
nostalgia
gonna.
though. They both had like Anthony's.
They did good.
I think they both did good. I like they both
I
got
don't know that I
songs.
would go see them in concert.
Blasphemy. Ah,
I'm serious. If
okay.
they are one of the acts, I'll go see them. But I don't know that I would go
I
to
know
a
exactly, probably. Um,
like. I just don't know that I would go to a full concert. Like
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you who I. Okay, so yeah, we just talking here. So we talking about verses, right? I thought of the perfect verses, the
Let us know
perfect
what
one.
y'all think now.
Yes, let us know. I'm gonna tell you it's the perfect verses. Now, in order to pull these verses off, we will need two main stages. Okay, these ladies cannot share the same one stage. It will be impossible. We have to have like stage A and stage B. The perfect verses would be Beyonce and J Lo.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
now,
Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying J Lo. I'm not a J Lo music fan.
she can
However,
dance.
J
She
Lo
can dance.
can dance. J
Yeah.
Lo is an
Perform.
entertainer.
Yeah.
J Lo has musical hits. She got the Latino
Yeah.
population. She got our population. She got, her and
LL.
LL Cool J.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she just performed that. She just performed it. I was like,
with
that
her
girl
and
still got
LL.
it. But
Yes,
that girl
like
still got it.
I'm just
All my
saying,
love is
Jay
all
was
I
all I have. Yes,
love
I'm
is what
just saying,
you have, baby.
baby girl, oh what you
I'm
you'll
sorry.
be needing me, but too bad. Be easy. Don't make decisions
This is
when
when
you
you're
mad.
mad. Okay.
See, episode.
Bars, bars. No. So
But I'm saying J Lo will perform. She will entertain. I'm just saying we
yeah,
may not know all her songs, but she has
yeah,
a fan base and she
yeah,
has crossed over.
yeah.
Beyonce will perform. She got her hits. I mean, I just think that would be a good verses because they're gonna give us a show.
So yeah,
These
but
ladies will perform.
yeah, they will perform, but Beyonce gonna win. But
I don't
yeah.
know though. Let's not count
No,
J Lo.
I'm not counting
Till
down. Performance, they may be both tit for tat, but Beyonce got
till
more hits that we
J
know
Lo is
of.
coming.
The audience that looks at verses like that is
J
our
Lo is gonna bring
demographics.
out J Lo is bringing out her audience. J Lo is bringing her. We cannot just their audience. Her audience
I'm not saying it. I don't care
is
who the
major.
audience, but I'm saying I just most people that's gonna be watching she may. But I'm just telling you, Beyonce, she
I
crossed over
think
too. She done crossed
she
over.
did.
The Latinos know her too.
They do, but I'm just saying. I think from a entertainment perspective, that would be a show. They would definitely give us dance, music, entertain. It'll just
Yeah.
be a jam packed entertainment type of show.
Huh?
I just think so. I think that's the perfect verses to go against Beyonce would be J Lo. Plus J Lo got her. She a triple threat. So she got her act. Never know what she did behind the
Yeah.
scenes. So I think that from and then she's older, but she still got it. Beyonce like right under her. So
Yeah. So
I think that
Swiss.
would be
Swiss and
and like I
Timberland.
said,
Swiss and Timberland. We're gonna tag you in this episode. Just a
I'm
just
just
a
saying. I
suggestion.
Now we have to have two stages. These ladies can. Oh, they definitely can't come on one and one. We got to be stage A, stage B. Like we switching cameras now. we got whole shows, production scenes happening here. So I think that would be a really really good one. All right, y'all. We just talked y'all through. I
Yeah.
sip on and speak on. Let us know what y'all think. Do you have a point? Nah, they might not got a point. But let us know what y'all think about that. To sip on it and speak on it. Now we're gonna move on into our topic of discussion. So today we will be talking about so last week I already know we talked about mom give the things we've experienced as being mothers and the things that have tugged at our heartstrings for being moms that we probably cannot do to our full capacity. And this week we're going to be talking about a mother's job is never done. So we're just rolling on into this new segment or new show, piggybacking off of our last show. And for me, I definitely run. My job is never done. Like I said last week, my homegirl pulled up on the side of me and said, "Do you ever sleep?" No, I get a little bit, enough to be functional. But as far as just sleeping, maybe not. But for me, I'm constantly going. I'm doing. It is just me and my four babies. So I call them babies like they little.
They not.
17, they not 17, 14, and 2 13-year-olds. Like they are. I have a house full of teenagers. So, ooh, but I'm. It's one of me and four of them. So me and Tiffany was talking, and she was like, "Girl, you need to slow down. You need some rest." She said, "I was just telling Ariane." And I said, well, it's not that they're doing a lot because everybody is literally in like one sport. So everybody's like fat in his wrestling, basketball for the twins, and they're on two different teams. And then Jade, actually, she just auditioned for Annie, and she made a part. She didn't get Annie, but she did get a role called the Star to Be, and she has a solo. She's on stage by herself with a spotlight solo on her. So let's go. Let's do it. So I'm excited. It may not be the main role, but she did get a good character. And so we have a play coming up, and she's going to be doing volleyball. So it's not that they're doing a lot, but when you have four and it's just you and getting everybody to and from, yeah, it can be a lot. So being intentional about my schedule, being intentional
Yeah,
about the things that I set in place, like when they
yeah,
start doing stuff, I'm very intentional. Like, okay, what we got on Monday? What do we have on Tuesday? Because we're not gonna do something and I can't do two things. Like if
yeah,
you start at 7 and you start at 7, there's no way I can get
yeah.
both of y'all at the same location at the same time. We're just not gonna do it. But I do have a good community of people around me has, stepped in, like me and the twins. That the twins have a friend who's in basketball with them, and their mom, me and her, we rotate. So she do one day, she pick the boys up and take them to practice on one day, to and from, and I do the other day. That way, we both are even giving each other that break to not be running, back and forth. So once you get in those groups and the surrounding spaces, you have people, parents that you kind of connect with, and
It
you say,
takes
"Oh,
a
I can help
village.
you on this."
Takes a village.
And that's exactly what's happening. I can take them on this day, and I can pick them up from this time and that time. So that's something that I definitely do, in being a mom, is collaborating with other mothers, because their job ain't done, mine ain't done. But if we can step in as a team and help each other, maybe that's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think mothers, we're naturally just more nurturing. We
Hmm.
always are thinking about what counterparts may not be. Like our minds, we gonna know we gotta do this, A, B, C, D, E, oh, and this too. Like we gonna remember it all. And we just, I don't know why we built like that. And we may be, that's probably why we don't get enough sleep, probably like we should, because we thinking about what we gotta do for the week. But we gonna know every holiday party, every what they got going on at school, extracurricular. Do we got to bring this to school? Like I got little ones too, so it's always a party. It's always a theme, hat day, whatever day, or Jersey
Oh.
Day and superhero day and all of this stuff like that. I think of all of that.
And then you
Like,
go out for that type of stuff. Like you're a parent that's like, I'm gonna buy the outfits. Like y'all gonna be
yeah.
cute. I'm the parent like, we about to make this cake.
But I just, and that's probably because last week we talked about mom guilt. So I do probably overcompensate because I can't do everything, but I can
Mm,
make them happy, a little happiness here or there, like, oh, okay. Like Aaron just had superhero day, she Wonder Woman. I made sure she
yeah,
had an old Halloween costume. Hey, but I made sure I remembered it.
yeah.
Now I'm not saying that sometimes it's rare that I forget, like, I forgot the first day of school this year, her first grade. I didn't know that it was the day that it was. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So,
You
but
did. You
I
did. You
did,
did
I
forget.
did, I did.
We got so many things on our plate. We cannot remember everything. You just can't. Did I forget anything? I left one of my kids before. I did. I did. I left Jay. I left Jay. We were at a house party and we had an extra child with us. Okay, so everybody got in the car. I'm talking about y'all. Everybody got in the car. We were leaving, and Emmanuel, shout out to my man. He said, "Mom, where Jade?" I said, "She in the car. She right there." They was like, "That's not. That's not Jade." Uh, turn the car on. We had to go back. I had to go back to the house. Was like, y'all, we left Jay. And they was like, we was just gonna call you. Here she go.
But
Like
she
she
was
was.
somewhere in somebody's.
I knew where she was.
That's
I
all that matters.
knew exactly
All
where
that
she
matters.
was, and I went
And
back to
that
get her.
village lets you know, hey, you forgot your child. That's
Hmm. So I did. I forgot my child. Yeah,
okay. See, I just, oof, child. It's
I
those.
did.
Listen,
I,
I mean, I think ultimately, a mother's job is thankless. Like it's just one of those things you don't get a thank you or necessarily appreciation daily. but the moments you do, and that's the same as teaching. We don't know that we made an impact until they come back and say, matter of fact, just before we're recording this episode, Aaron brought me down a letter before I hit record and was saying, have a good day on Not Just Girl Talk, Mommy. Love, Aaron. I hope, no, she said, I hope you
Oh,
do well. But it's stuff like that. I forgot. I meant to mention it earlier. She said
oh,
she wrote
that's
me,
so sweet.
girl.
Let me tell
But
my kids. Where my letter at? I need a letter. They're
girl,
gonna be like, Mom, Mom,
girl.
yeah, good job. Press the go button.
See,
But
it
they be
ain't
helping me set
always.
up. They help me set
Yeah.
up though. They be
See,
like, what
mine
you need?
can't.
I'm
I'm
like,
like, don't touch nothing. They can't touch this. That.
and I'm like, get this, get that, do this. They be like, yep, I got your table out. They're like, want me to I'm like, don't pour the wine. I'll pour that. But
Yeah. Because we don't want them to have
well, I don't
alcohol.
know. Well, now they can't have no alcohol, but my man be like, Mom, you taught me how to pour wine. I said, no, I did not. He said, Mom,
He
I have
making
to
stuff
tilt.
up.
He gonna say I gotta tilt it to the side and pour. I said, boy, stop lying. You ain't learn it from me.
Mm-mm.
But I did have for me just a lot of running my community.
Yeah.
When I say just never done in regards to, oh, I saw this um reel on
Mhm.
Instagram, and the mom, she was like, mothers, we are not just mothers. We are alarm clocks. We are doctors. We are nurses. We are therapists. We like, she went down a whole list. I was like, yep, because I was just saying
I
on that
saw
other
that.
episode, I don't like waking up early and getting my kids up for school. That is a pain point for me as they get older. I think they need to have them alarm clock set so I can rest and they can go and get up for school. But we are alarm clocks, Lord, alarm clocks. We are doctors because I sure be doctoring up my kids, fixing wounds. Uh, I be googling diagnosis. I'm the queen of that. Can't Google too much, but I do that. I'm a doctor. I tell them all the time. I should have went to school to be a doctor. I think I was a doctor before, and they'd be like, "Mom,
Yeah.
you were not." Negative attitude. But then I have to cancel because my kids, they come and talk to me. So they be like, Mom, can I talk to you about
Yeah.
something? I'm like, yeah. I'd be so excited. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? So they do talk to me. Literally everybody ask me questions if they're going through stuff. They come and talk to me, ask me questions. So even when I come home from work, like I said, I take my break. I sit in the car about 15, 20 minutes, get myself together.
So
Don't nobody
lucky.
don't nobody come knock on my door. If they outside in the summertime and they get to run to the car, put the hand up. Stop.
I'm gonna
Don't
talk.
do not
I'm
come
sorry.
and talk to me. Oh, I had a sign. This is what I do. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I'm all in the camera. But this is what I have when I don't need to be disturbed. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Exactly.
I can't adult
Listen.
today. This is literally a sign that I have. I've been had this. Like been. This is what I
See?
put up when they come in my. If I'm having one of them days, I be like, look at the nightstand. That's what it say. I can't adult today. They mean I cannot be a mother either. So leave me alone. They know how to cook, clean, and they just can't. Well, they learn how to drive, but leave me alone.
Yeah. See, and I think that, like, for me, because my kids are young, I'm focused on trying to create memories, whether it's tangible memories. Like I said, I'm gonna know all the days, birthday parties, trying to do something, vacations, all of that. I'm thinking of it now. I think of it, execute it, and all of it. Like, we're about to go to Destin, and so I
Mm.
hope I didn't say that too loud because they don't know. But all of that, making sure we got where we stand, how we getting down there, all of that. I'm gonna make sure it's done. I just think that, like you said, for me, you said you counsel, and I'm at the age where I'm teaching lessons. Hopefully, I think I discussed with you, Aaron, struggling in first grade, believe it or not, sometimes with math, and she takes things. She's her dad's child, but she doesn't like to be wrong and get stuff wrong, and just trying to teach her that it's a learning process. You have to make mistakes. Um, and then she told me that other little girls hair longer than hers. So I'm like trying to put positive affirmations into her and just, make her know that she's enough and all of this. So it just does not end. And I'm that emotional part where dad is just like, what do I need to do exactly right now to fix it quickly?
Hmm.
whereas I'm for the long haul, daily, making sure that those daily affirmations are in her. She's having, crying or upset about something. I'm gonna let you cry for a little bit, and I'm gonna talk to you when you calm down a little bit. We're gonna have a
Hmm.
conversation. That's if he can't solve it right then, that's the difference, But I think, like I said, mothers are naturally more nurturing. We're more nurturing, empathetic, and we are that emotional side too. I just think that we are going to make sure we created a home for our child. They have that security. And I think, of course, their dad may help with that, but for the most part, we making sure the household runs. Um,
Yeah, and when you said that emotional side, so most mothers aren't emotional. So I was talking to Mimi
mhm,
and my aunt, and we were talking, and she was saying she was listening to one young lady. I forgot the name of her podcast, but she was listening to her podcast,
mhm,
and she was just saying that her kids told her, they're grown now and they have children
mhm.
on their own, and they told her, they was like, Mom, you never told us that you loved us. You never gave us
Yeah,
a hug. You never you bought us stuff. Like you bought the latest this, you gave us the latest that. But that time wasn't spent. The
yeah,
emotional connection part wasn't there. As far as that hugging, I love you, that affection. I think that part goes a very, very long way. The material stuff, that stuff get thrown away. You can't fit it no more. You
yeah,
can't wear it no more. It go out of style. But one thing that don't go out of style is love, compassion, what you've instilled in them. So those things are definitely a foundation that we can build internally that will outlast anything that we could ever purchase for them. So when she said that, I was like, that's so true because we think when you grow up a certain way, you think that that's normal. But I know we grew up in two different, type of spaces.
yeah.
Um, and my mom was very, I don't want to say it was like every day, like I love you. Like I tell my kids every day, like I love you. Not saying that she didn't do that, but she did. Like, hey, I love y'all. Gave us hugs. We had family moments. Did stuff together. Talked all the time. Like it was just there, and me passing it down and being involved and even more involved than I grew up, it definitely transcends over into just being a mom in that space where we are constantly trying to maybe overcompensate for certain things that we may have not gotten
Mhm.
as a child that we're trying to do for our kids, whether that be emotional or material.
Absolutely. We definitely, I think, like we said last week, mom guilt. And so I know that I overcompensate, like, oh, I don't get to necessarily do everything this week. But again, these are things that I'm still consistently working on. And, let us know what you think. But I am always trying to think of, okay, what can I do now? We never did this and never did this. But I just got to be intentional about things. I think a way to kind of combat this stuff is, you know, maybe make sure we're intentional about planning, like how are we going to delegate. Okay, well, I know I got to do this Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, whatever the days of the week. How your week looking? And so not put so much on us, but because we feel overwhelmed, but we still do it, no complaints, like it's a thankless job. But
Mm-hmm.
and even if we did have help, let's be honest, we still gonna try to do it ourselves.
I was just going to say, we still gonna be like, that ain't right.
As
That
I'm
ain't right.
saying it, I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm probably like us. Yeah. So my plug for this week is some study tips for children in school age moms. If you have or dads, if you are ever trying to help your child with their homework or study, and you just say they don't have homework and things like that, I've always said email teachers to see kind of what they're working on, even if homework is not sent. So, depending on what they're working on, math, science, English, social studies, whatever the case may be, I want to give you guys some resources, especially because we're of a particular age and we've been out of school so long, how to help our children best when they can at least study even if homework's not sent home. So some things that I've researched is definitely how much time, like elementary age, if they're in elementary, your child, they should spend roughly 10 minutes on homework if they're in kindergarten. 10 minutes on homework if they're in kindergarten. First through third grade, you can move up to like 20 to 30 minutes. And then when you get to middle school, it's more so because it's more than one subject, 45 to 75 minutes per night. And then in high school, it's 20 to 30 minutes per subject. So those are some rough times that you can study, that child can study. But if you need those resources as a parent, you can look at some sites. I'm going to focus just on math, but you can focus, you can use, work on some sites such as Khan Academy is a big one, and that's spelled KHAN, Khan Academy. And that I like that site because it does help you with learning the content. So if they're working on, and it's available for math, science, English, anything. But that's a good one. IXL, again, that's more than one subject, but math is what I use that predominantly for. And you have um, IXL and Prodigy Math, excuse me. So those are three things that we use in our household, at least, to help assist my baby in math. So that's my plug for this week.
All right. So my plug for this week is the names on your documents when you are purchasing or refinancing a home. I do want to give a disclaimer that I am not providing you with personal information for purchasing or refinancing your home. This is just information that I have gained and knowledge that I've um, gained throughout my experience in my career. So, in purchasing or refinancing a home, it's very important that you start the application process the way that you want the entire your title deed to be listed. So, if you are a junior and you want everything to say junior, it needs to say junior from the start of the application until you go to the closing table. If you are the third, if you have a middle initial in your name, all of that is important. So once you start the application process, please be mindful to start it the same way throughout the entire process. Because if you don't, and we have to go back and add a middle initial, add a junior, add the third, or whomever you may be, that requires sometimes pulling of new credit. That also requires of reprinting and resigning documents that you've already gone through that process of doing. So to avoid that specific little pain point, we do ask that you start the application process specifically how you want everything to be done at closing. So that, people, is my plug for this week. Ah, so yeah, we're gonna move on into our soul food. We want to give you something to feed your soul for the week. So Tiffany, what you got for our soul food for today?
Yeah, so we're talking about moms and how our job never ends. So this week, our soul food for the week is when you're looking at your mother, you are looking at the purest love you will ever know. And I repeat, when you're looking at your mother, you are looking at the purest love you will ever know. So you know how we feel. Our job is thankless and never ends. So I felt that was fitting for this week.
Yes, so yeah, I already know we're gonna wrap our show up, and it's two things that we want you to do when you're listening to Not Just Girl Talk. Number one is to refill your cup.
And vibe with Tiffany and Ashanti.